Good morning. Good morning, people. Good morning, everyone. Um, just now, right for clarity. So we're just testing out a couple things. This is always fun. What up, John? Latrice, did you get your calls in, Latrice? You're doing your calls. You better be doing your calls. She's doing them. What up, Michelle? All right. What up, Christian? All right. So, Grace, just pay attention to the admins or the administrator letting in people as we just sent out the text. So, well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and wanted to. I was looking at a couple things here to see. I was like, I forgot what I was going to talk about today. Holiday handlers and the 6 for 26. The 6 for 26. I just got done literally, probably. I mean, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn. I was coaching a team down in Florida, and they said, Brock, this was probably the best coaching you've done. And what we did is they had to throw objections at me. They had to throw problems that they have of what they're hearing on the phones and why they can't get a sale, why they're not moving the needle, why they're not getting any business. And I had a blast doing it all. And um and I got to get my Zoom up also on my computer. My internet's bad, so I've been using my cell phone for my Zooms here. So everybody in the chat, tell us where you're calling us from as well, because this one is all across the country, so there could be referrals. So let's try to see if we can get some each other's business on here. So get on the chats, tell us where you're calling from, what you do, that sort of thing. So that way there could be some opportunities. We're all about relationships, so just put us in there so that way we know. Um, so yeah, I had the greatest, and I loved it, Kimberly, and it's just because I just like when people try to tell me objection happening. What's up, Michelle? I just was like, oh yeah, you're still looking. You just started looking. I'm like, all right, not a problem at all. We can handle that. Um, so I just what I thought we would touch base on is I'll give you a couple things on my topic, holiday handlers. I'll tell you some of the biggest things that I'm seeing when it comes time for the holidays, for engaging with people. And then what we'll do is I'll share with you kind of the 6 for 26, and there's several different 6 things that you should be doing for yourself and in your business. And I'm just getting my Zoom up because you're going to see 2 of me here any second. I want to stay participant. And yes, I don't want to be on, but I want to be able to do a screen share in case I need to. So you guys still can all hear me? We good? We all happy? Buffalo Bills. You got to win. You got to win, Kimberly, in 2 weeks. Okay, I need you to beat the Patriots. Just a side note. Just a side note. So, as far as the holiday handlers, and well, first and foremost, does anybody have a burning desire, a huge problem that they want me to solve right now? And please don't be bashful, because your problem is probably somebody else's problem as well. So just keep that in mind when you're putting out, like, well, Brock, I just not too sure. Like, so if anybody has a challenge or whatever, put it in the chat for me, and I will make sure. Oh, I just opened up my chat, so I missed all the other chats that we had on here. So if anybody does anybody got a burning questions, a big, huge problem, something that they got? How many of you are bashful to even say it? Like, I don't even want to admit my problems, Brock. I have too many. I have too many of them. Anybody got anything? I'll tell you, my problem is nobody answers the damn phone. Nobody's answering the phone. I gotta get really good at leaving voice messages. I see you, John. I see that Patriots there. I actually like the Patriots. I just was going between the Bills and the Patriots. Maybe I could be a little jealous because their first year coach is like number one in the NFL, and we're like number 27. So it could be jealousy there too. You never know. He pulls out his logo. Um, Nobody has anything? Okay, well, you guys just got it all figured out then. Well, I'll tell you I told you some of my challenges. One is people aren't answering their phone. Okay, so you got to get really good at leaving voice messages. If you're not leaving voice messages, you need to start leaving voice messages. Number two, you're not talking to enough people. You're still not talking to enough people. And if you are talking to people, are you coming across in a way to asking for business in some capacity? Put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat. If you really just be honest with yourself, you can become better at asking for business. Put a 5 in the chat that you could become better with asking for business. Just put a 5. Let's just see if I'm talking to anybody on here who could be better at asking for business. Okay, can I just be point blank honest with y'all? And why the hell aren't you guys asking me how do I close better, Brock? Like, when I say like what questions do you have, that's a question, Brock. I like to close more business. How do I how do I get them? Where's Sherry? Oh, Christian. Let's see. Christian was there. Jackie was there. Who else was there Monday? When what did one guy say to you, Christian? I said, does anybody have any questions? And he was sitting to the right, and he was an investor. Did he not have a property? Remember how he said he had a property to sell? Jackie's not in her head. Guess who got the appointment? Guess who's going on a listing appointment? And guess who already said to me, like, hey man, if you could do it, then it's yours. Guys, you gotta close at any given point in your life. You just don't know when it's going to happen. Christian, are you selling your financial blueprint? Are you selling that? Do you have that? Do you have that? Are you are you eager to take out any business with that? Yeah. Latrice, you're making phone calls today. Do you want to be able to get a list of for sale by owner expired?
Yes, either.
Right? Guys, you have to understand the power of closing and then the asking people. Asking, I did it right there in front of everybody. I said, well, but if I can net you the numbers, can we have a conversation to see what takes place? Right, Jackie? And I texted him while we were at the event, and then we set up a conversation yesterday on his property. I looked it all up. I said, yeah, man, let's do this. Here are my options. I'll buy it from you. Here's a novation. And then here's me listing it. Right, Kimberly? Kimberly knows how to do this. She's been getting more involved with it. Guys, if you are not working on yourself on how to close business, I'm going to tell you all, unless you're experienced and you're crushing it and you're making over $225,000 a year, then I would only tell you to do it maybe 30 minutes a day. If you're not making that type of money, you need to be working on yourself an hour a day. You have to learn how to speak and to close to get more money. Am I talking to somebody today? Is somebody kind of like, you know what, he's got a point here. Put a 10 in the chat if I got a point. Put a 10 in the chat if you kind of feel like, you know what, I'm really kind of letting myself down. Right? I'm a secret agent. Okay, I got a couple 10s in here that are being vulnerable, being honest with you. If you are not setting an appointment or some capacity of closing a deal every single day, what are you doing? My coach, Jeff Glover, used to say that to me all the time. If you're not going on an appointment, what the hell are you doing today? And that's how he talked to me, all. Why I like coaching like this privately, all, is you guys get the raw and real. I don't have a recording of this, even though it says recording, but it's not going into social media. It's not going out on my YouTube channel. Somebody can't say, or they will, do you have the recording? Only if you're in my organization, I will give you the recording, but I'm not putting out in public because this is the raw, real stuff that you all need to hear if you're not freaking making money. How many of you put a dollar sign, go to the shift number 4, shift 4, 2 buttons now. How many of you want to make more money? How many of you want to make more money? You got to get pissed You got to work on yourself all on how you're going to close. You should be asking 5 people every day in some capacity, in some way, if they want to do business with you. Okay? Can we all agree to that? Yes or yes? Give me a high five. Put a 5 in the chat that you're willing to do 5 people that you can engage with. That's 25 people a week that you have an opportunity. Paul, we met somebody yesterday. Just give us an estimate, a ballpark figure. If every star lined up and everything was good based off the conversation, because Paul's phenomenal at this. He does the triangle of trust. He puts me, the other person involved that we're trying to get either a novation, a wholesale, or a listing. He puts all 3 of us together. He says, Brock, when can you talk? He introduces me as his partner. We start talking. If everything goes the way that we want it to go, give us kind of like a ballpark since you're in that area, Paul. Like, give us a ballpark of what you think. Just give us a gross profit that you think we could make off of that deal we talked about yesterday.
Well, the seller wants 40 grand and realtor says 118 is about what it should sell for.
So if I give you worst case scenario, $50,000, and I'm just going to say $100,000, 50 grand was the potential to make yesterday by picking up the phone, having conversation. But the important thing is the knowledge of what to say. And so hats off to Paul for doing that. Who do you know all that you can get a 3-way call to set yourself up? We call it the triangle of trust. Write that down. Create triangle of trust. Create triangle of trust. I can't take the ownership of that. It came from Rick Ruby. And Kimberly probably knows him because he used to be right here in Cornelius. But Kendra, who's speaking in the Nashville event, worked for Rick Ruby, and that's how she became really successful based off of what she did in her coaching and her speaking. It's called the Triangle of Trust. And it would sound something like this. I'd be like, "Hey, John, listen, I have a client. His name's Christian, and he is needing some help. And I noticed that you are friends with Christian on Facebook. Do you know him pretty well? How do you know him?" "Well, Brock and me, we're kind of acquaintances. Yeah, I've done some business with him in the past. Like, I don't know, he's his neighbor, whatever it is. Do you think you can get us in a 3-way call just to have a conversation? Just tell him that there's an opportunity and you thought that it would be really good to connect us all together." How hard is that all? You don't have to worry about the opportunity. If I wanted to talk about the financial blueprint that Christian is doing, do I need to know about his financial blueprint? No. Everybody's shaking their head. No, I don't need to know what the hell he's doing. I mean, I can have a general idea. But if somebody says to me they have some extra money, if somebody says to me, Black, I can't manage money, like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's get you connected with Christian. And I think he'd be a really good person to have a conversation with. Okay, he actually helped me get myself out of some financial problems. So I know for sure he can at least guide you. When's a good time for us to have a conversation? Now, do you think Christian's going to be okay with that? Right? And so guess what happens when Christian gets that call and something takes place? Okay. Christian's then going to say, you know what, it's really nice of Brock to be able to do that. If somebody thinks about real estate, who do you think Christian's going to think about? You know what? You need to talk to Brock. I think Brock would be a good fit for you if you're talking about real estate. Did I ask Christian to market me? Did I ask Christian to put to just like, hey man, if you think about real estate in any capacity, if anybody whispers it in your ear, could you put my name out there? No. Do I say to Paul, hey Paul, if anybody's thinking about a wholesale, could you please let me know? Nope. You know what I do? I earn his trust because we've done previous deals. And we just did one and we had some success with it. What is that other one that we're doing on the 15th? What's that one? 20,000, Paul? No, he's gone. He's just talking to people all. That's all he's doing is talking to people who got financial problems, who got problems with their houses, and he's blending them with me.
May I ask, where's he finding the people?
What's that?
Where's he finding the people?
So
Are these like leads?
These are from our IF3 leads. These are our iSpeed.com leads that we have. These leads all are not real. These leads are not new. These
Yeah,
leads,
some of these are almost a year old, Brock.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So when Latrice, you were asking me, I don't have any expireds. I was like, hell, freaking call 6 months ago, call a year ago. All right, you guys are looking for a script. This is what I say right now, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. I know that today or this month is not the best time to sell. I'm honest with them. I'm not trying to force them down their throat to sell something all. I say to them, listen, I understand today, this month's not a really good time. I saw your house came off the market. I don't know if you're going back with John anymore. This is a unique market. So what we're doing is we're lining up appointments in January. My January 4th is already booked, but I'd like to see if you like January 5th or the 6th. Now, the 5th I have the afternoon and the 6th I have late evening. Do any of those times make sense to you? Okay, let's just break down that script right there. What did that instill in the person that I'm leaving? This is a voice message, all for crying out loud. This is what I have to leave voice messages with because nobody frickin' answers the damn phone. So I gotta leave these type of voice messages. Are you practicing this? Urgency, right? What else does it create? Set an appointment. Yeah. Like I'm giving them options. The law of options. No is not an option. It's either I got the 5th or I got the 6th or whatever dates I gave. But know what dates you have. Don't say the 1st and probably don't say the 2nd. That you're busy. Kimberly's getting the Apple Award today. Yeah, I'm busy. Don't want to miss out. The 5th is already packed. Whether your 5th is packed or not, who cares? Whether the 4th you're busy, it doesn't matter. Listen, I can't get you on the 4th. I'm already booked that day. But how does the 5th look like? And these are leaving voice messages. I love to put my name in the hat. Love to put my name in the hat to interview. We know after January, people are wanting to set up appointments. The 4th, I'm booked, but I love to get you on the 5th or the 6th. Let me know what time works better for you. Okay. These are things. So where we're getting some of the leads to answer, yeah, these are old leads. We're going back to old leads. I got buyer leads from 2 years ago that we are texting right now saying that if the rates go below 6, would you like us to reach out to you? That is what we're texting people. That's what we're emailing people. These are the conversations. Put it in a social media. Go to your chat GPT and say, please create for me a social media post on Facebook of a call to action, increasing engagement, that if the rates go below 6, they would like to have a conversation with me. Okay? Use that. Rosario does credit repair. If you are interested, don't give people so like with some of you on here, don't give like if you want a credit score over 700, don't say that because they're going to be embarrassed. They're gonna be like, well, I don't want anybody to know I have below 700. Who cares? I had in the 500s. Doesn't matter. I'm just willing to grow. But so what you say is, if you are interested in growing your credit score, so you can make the purchases that you want at a lower interest rate, put a 5 in the chat, and I'll send you my ebook. See what that creates inside their head is just like, well, yeah, I want a higher score, and yeah, I want to buy something. Yes and yes. And who doesn't want to do that? Okay. Michelle, yeah, you win, Michelle. I don't think mine was a 405. I think mine was like 470. Rosario probably knows. She'll tell you exactly. She'll be like, no, Brock, it was like really bad. Right? Okay. Christian, I'd be creating something if you're wanting to build your financial wealth. If you want to take your 26, I got 6 strategies, 6 for 26. So write this down, 6 for 26. Create different concepts, programs. Like right now I'm doing the holiday program. Yes, we have a short-term 4-week holiday program if you're interested in that. We also know that most people are waiting till after January to be able to sell. I'm busy on the 4th, but I do have availability on the 5th. I did this to Jim Morris when he was making his phone calls in Nashville. And he's like, well, what is your program? I said, I don't know yet, Jim. I'll find that out when I talk to them. I just say it's a program just to make people feel what? Like, oh, wow, what does this guy got? Could you make up a program, Latrice? John, could you make up a program? What about you, D? Could you all make up a program? If you don't, go to ChatGPT and see, please create for me a 4-week listing program that I could share with a potential expired or FISBO. Christian, if somebody's got financial problems trying to build wealth, could you create for you a program attached with my workbook that I have and a class that I could do? And you put that out there. What you do is you share their problem that is with Tony Robbins says this, and I got to give credit to Christian because he sent me this video, and it's called the universal problem. So write this down. Find universal problems related to the solution that you have and present it. A problem is affordability. A problem is the interest rates are high. And really, I put a post out there the other day that it's really not affordability, it's debt to income ratios. And people don't have, and they have debt to income ratio problems. They have credit score problems, is what they have. And they have bad habits and behaviors. Because if you did what Christian taught me to do, is to take 15% of my money and just save it. I mean, Real was taking that on my cap, on my commission. So I just kept doing that. I'm like, well, I mean, he's right. I can live off 85%. I did it. So why don't I just keep putting money away? So as Chris Reshitar was saying earlier today, I was causing my problem of not purchasing a house. I took ownership of it. I learned that I just keep saying 15%. I can live off 85%. On a financial world, write that down. I can live off 85%. I can live off 85% of my income. I'm living proof of it. You can. It sucks sometimes when you got no income, and then when you finally get something, you're like, I really need 100%. Now you got to build a behavior and a discipline. Okay, yes or yes on that. So habits and behaviors are what cause that. And so I'm just trying to lower my hand here. So 6 for 26, you can create 6 things for somebody, and hey, give me six ideas that can help sellers expired listings. Give me 6 ideas to help buyers in today's real estate market. Give me 6 examples on what people should do to start off their new year thinking about selling. Do we understand? So let me make sure I break this down for you. The 6 for 26 is just a rhyming word. Everybody likes hearing it, 6 for 26. You know how many times I say that? Wow, that's so good. And I see people writing it down. In the back of my mind, I'm like laughing. I'm like, just made that up, 6 for 26. Guess what? 7 for 27, 5 for 25. Like, we're just going to make it up as we go. You got to be creative, but it's got to rhyme. Okay? Am I helping somebody out here? Am I giving you ideas that you can use to apply to make business and to have conversations with people? Because the biggest problem, here's the underlining concept of what I'm trying to teach you all. Many of you on here are badasses, and you're like, I don't mind talking to people. The problem is I don't know what the hell to say. I don't know how to close the deal. I don't know how to lock it in. I don't know how to get somebody to pull out their credit card. I don't know how somebody to sign, yes, I'll sign with you today. I don't know how to get them to sign the seller agreement. I don't know how to get them how to do the buyer consultation. And that's what you have to practice every freaking day, to be that and be creative. use the 6 for 26 for whatever your heart desires. Go into ChatGPT and create whatever content that you want to be able to create. And then when you make your phone calls, and I already told you half the time, and not even half the time, 80 to 85% of the time, you're not even going to talk to anybody except leaving voice messages. But guess what? Those voice messages will make you become better because you're practicing nonstop. You're getting good at saying it. Hey, would you be interested in my holiday program? Oh, what is it? Well, what it is tell me a little bit about your problem so that way we can figure out which program you'll fit in for us because we have several of them. Once again, that's made up because all I want to do is hear what their problem is. Oh, you know what, Latrice? That actually fits really well. Fran, I'm glad you said you can't find any properties out there. Okay, because we actually have a program that helps people find properties. It's actually called our off-market list. Would you be interested in our off-market list program? And some of you are laughing right now. You're like, this is a joke, man. Like he all he's gonna do is show them the expired list, and that's all I'm gonna do. Because there are expired listings off market. And can I go into the expired listing and pull it up by zip code? Can I pull it up by price point? Are they off market? Yes or yes? Am I giving her an off market list? Yes. Is she engaged with me now? Yes. Am I presenting myself as an educator that I know what I'm doing? Yes. You guys can all do the same thing. Okay? Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. I'm not saying you are nervous or scared, but just come up with stuff. Thoughts, questions. Who's got something for me? Might get you something. Put a 5 in the chat if you got something so far. Put a 5 in the chat. If you're feeling a little bit more confident, put a 5 in the chat. Like, damn, I can freaking do this. Put a 5 in the chat. You're like, man, I got some really good ideas I can walk away with today.
Hey, Brock.
This was,
So the reminder of the three-way call, the power in that, I used to do that a lot before and I stopped doing it. So thank you for that reminder.
yeah, the 3-way is very, very good. For having those type of conversations because then somebody gives you a warm lead or somebody gives you a warm introduction. You don't have to talk about yourself. You know, Paul did a great job yesterday. Like, hey, Brock's really good at this. I'm really good at this. So I'm going to let him kind of lead us into the conversation since he knows really more about this. And then I don't have to like, then she's like, oh, great. Yeah, I already like Paul and I already trust Paul and Paul's already brought us great value. So why would Paul bring in somebody really bad? Like, that'd be stupid of Paul. And so it just really reduces the threat when you do a 3-way. So my next conversation or my next homework for you, besides trying to sell something to 5 people and working on your ChatGPT prompts and your 6 for 26 is come up with, it just left my head. What was I just going to say to you all? Who is somebody you can connect? Who is somebody that you can do a triangle of trust for? Okay. And when I said for, is because when you put it out in the universe, God has a unique way of bringing it back to you. So if you can help other people, which I'm blessed and fortunate, part of the culture, part of our podcast, part of what I do, a lot of times people, like literally somebody just reached out to me today that wants to speak at our event in Nashville. And he's really good. And they're willing to pay money for it. And I'm not talking about $1,000 either. It's more than that. I'm like, you know, and all I ask today, every day I ask God, I said, God, put some winners in my life. And literally that's what took place today. And I'm like, I'll make room for you. It's not a problem. And I don't think anybody's going to get upset that we got another speaker to go to you. Because I want to blow your mind off with abundance that you're just like, damn, there's a lot of stuff right there. Nobody's got mad at me by giving too much. But how many of you, when you pay money for a ticket, would feel like you got shortchanged? Like, damn, that was not worth the money. Right? We know that going to nice restaurants, nice bottle of wine. Like, damn, that was not worth it. I'm talking to somebody right now. So bless with abundance. Give it to somebody else. Be like, hey, I got somebody for you. It will come back to you. All right, I got about 7 to 10 minutes. Who's got something they want to ask me? Something that I shared? I think I touched base on most of this stuff. There might be a couple holiday handlers I didn't touch on, but I'd rather do some Q&A to really lean into somebody who's got something. Who's got something they want to ask me?
Hey, sorry I was late. Um, my thing is, you know, when you're leaving your messages, and I caught the tail end of it, that you're saying like now's not a good time for us to be listing, but let's get ready for the beginning of January.
So I wouldn't say now's not a good time for listing, and you probably were just paraphrasing it.
Mhm.
I say in reference to like, hey, I know sometimes with the holidays things are a little challenging.
Okay.
So we can either go into our holiday program if you are thinking about listing now, or most people are waiting until January. I have some availability on the 5th. My 4th is already, you got to say I'm already booked the day before. That's very important. You say you're booked the day before. Okay. Rosario, I would say, hey, listen, I have this one program. Okay. Let me just see who's on here so I make sure what I say is correct because I'm about to say something. So my line for these sponsors, I had 2 of them, one yesterday, one today. Don't even like had great conversations with both of them. And I say, well, we're kind of tapped out of where we are with sponsors. Let me share with you a little bit about what I'm doing. If this aligns with you, maybe we can get you in there, but you have to tell me if this aligns with you. So I already make them feel like, oh, damn, like there's no other sponsors coming in here. And then I attached them to the person because the person who called me came from Brittany Hall, and Brittany Hall is one of the speakers. She's like, I was talking to Brittany, and Brittany told me this, and so I thought maybe we could have a conversation to see what you could do because we're looking, if you're open for a sponsorship. Triangle of Trust indirectly took place. That's how I got the deal. And I say, well, because Brittany, I said we're typically booked up right now, but let me share with you what I got. If it makes sense, then you can tell me. So in reference to the script D, you always want to come FOMO. Make people feel FOMO. Okay, Christian's really good at this stuff too. Not only financially and what he's doing in his financial business and his class, but just understanding like creating that FOMO. And a lot of really time it's just embarrassment. People don't want to talk about their money. They're like, I suck at money. I have no money. I don't know what to do with my money. And if I don't know what to do with my money, it's just because I have like $1. I need to use like $10. Like it's just that is the problem. But once you absorb it and be like, listen, I'm flat broke. I don't know what to do with this. I got this. What should I do? Like, that's why you have those conversations. But the fear is what you want to put inside of them for them to make a decision, D, or for them to be like, you know what? See, you become relatable. Oh, that's true. I mean, it is the holidays. I wonder what his program is. I wonder what his holiday program is. So you create curiosity and you create fear of missing out. Does that help you out, D? Good question. Who else got a question?
I don't really have a question, but I did want to reiterate what you just said, that leaving a voice message. I left a voice message and also I sent a text. So for these people that I'm calling, so when they don't answer, I just send a text that I called and missed them and coming back, I got a question. So that was actually someone calling me back.
Could I ask you, are you okay if I coach you up on something here?
Yep.
So when you make the phone call and then you go to a text, does that interrupt your cadence of making your phone calls?
Because I just copy and paste.
But
This.
are you spending time on that text message before making a phone call?
Yeah.
So that interrupts your cadence. You are
Oh,
taking
yeah.
at least 30 seconds away to do that text message, copy, paste, put it in there to do whatever it is, find out their name, maybe put it in their address, whatever it is. I'll give you a worst case scenario in a minute. Best case scenario, 30 seconds because you're really good. If you do that and I asked you to do 50 dials, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you do that interruption pattern for 1 minute for each text message that you're taking away, and I'm telling you to do 50 dials, and you're trying to do, and I told you 80% of those dials typically will require some sort of voicemail, and we know that some of those numbers don't make sense. So even if I give you 50%, that's 25, and each one's a minute. How many minutes did you waste on texting or interrupting your pattern of calling?
25
25 minutes.
minutes. Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
25 minutes
Could have been finishing the call.
could have been hitting your call. So what I do, I don't have it right here with me. I might have it. No, I do. So what I do is on the back of my piece of paper, I put their names with their phone numbers.
Okay.
And so all I got to do is just, it's a broad text. So I don't have to look through it. And when I get done all my calls, I go back and I leave them a text message.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do that.
That way I'm just writing, and you, when you do your voice messages, you can become really efficient because you don't really need to like pay attention anymore. You're like, hey Justin, my name is Brock Zeban. I'm just giving you a call, and I'm writing down the number while I'm leaving the voice message. Okay?
Okay.
I'm all about being efficient with my time because my time is very limited and I want to do as much as I possibly can. So as soon as I get done that, I have my stopwatch. So as you can see here, I've done 39 minutes of my phone calls today. There's my green. So that's 39 minutes. I still owe myself 21 more minutes because I got to do 60 minutes a day. So I have a chess clock. If you want, go to Amazon. Chess clocks, they're like $5.
Okay.
That's how I keep track of myself and what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Good question, and thank you for being vulnerable and opening up to that. Who else has something? I got to get at least one or two more before we close out.
I'll say something about FOMO stuff too.
Yeah.
Is a lot of times it's just exposing people to the reality of the situation. Like in real estate, in real estate, there's always an angle on that. Oh, I want to wait till spring. Okay, are you aware that that's when most people wait to start listing? You're gonna have more competition, right? So like with me with the finance stuff, it's like, hey, that's something I'll take care of later. How many years have you been putting off taking care of getting this under control? How much does that actually cost you if you would have just done this 5 years ago or 10 years ago, right? So it's like a lot of times it's not like a tactic. It's just people don't think, and they don't think that far out to the reality of the situation and what's really happening. So just even exposing them to those ideas can make a change in somebody. So my 2 cents.
Yep. No, perfect. I love it. I love it. I mean, you'll hear me say, how many of you have heard me say the thermostat script? How many of you heard thermostat script? Put a 2 in the chat if you heard my thermostat script. Okay. If you haven't heard my thermostat script, I'll give it to you really quickly. The plan that you're on, is this something that you want to stay for 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years? Okay. That is my thermostat script. It lets me know where they are with their plan, and they're doing, and they will pick a time. It's never 3 years. So that means I got 3 months or less. And then they will tell me, well, we're going to do it at least for 30 days. Okay, fair enough. How did you come up with that plan? So write down the word plan. Use plan in your conversations. Jim Rohn said it best, and Christian will know it. Mr. Shope was talking to Jim, and Jim was broke as a joke. And Mr. Shope, and he said, and Jim is just like, I'm just tired of being broke. Okay, you don't have to answer this question, but how many of you are tired of being broke? How many of you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck? How many of you are tired of being like, when's my next income coming in? What do I like? Worrying about Christmas, gas, groceries. Like, I'm tired of this. And Jim Rome came in and told Mr. Shope, he's like, I'm just tired. He couldn't afford the Girl Scout cookies. And Mr. Shope said to him, well, Jim, well, who sold you this plan? And Jim said, like, well, I don't know. I just thought that that's what I was supposed to do. So you're living your life based off of something that you're supposed to do and you don't really have a plan. Most of us in life don't have a plan. Most of us don't have a strategy. And I've been really on people. For those of you who know, I've been on you because I think you're half-assing some of the stuff that you should be doing. Jackie was one of them. I'll call her out. She sent me a calendar. I'm like, that's a joke. Like, that looks like it took you less than 10 minutes to do just to satisfy the homework assignment. She's laughing right now because that literally happened. And I showed her my calendar. And I was like, I said, does it look like I spent some time on my calendar today? Because your calendar doesn't look like that. And it goes back to the plan. That's why it's so important to say the word plan. First, I want you to look at yourself. Is the plan that you have today making you money? Is the plan that you have making you money? And then take that same concept and then ask your people that you're trying to sell. Meaning, what is their plan? And guess what? Just like some of us, we don't have a plan. We let the day dictate what we're going to do. Okay? It's very important that you have a strategic plan on each and every one of your days. And if you don't, you really need to get one. And if you're struggling with that, then you need to take a look at my coaching on the foundations of time management, of owning the morning. Because it's very, very important to understand that you need to have a plan every single day. And I got it when I coached football. I had a plan for every single day of what I was going to do, what time I was going to do it. It broke it down. Jackie was there. She came and shadowed me. She's part of our shadow program. And there really is that program. I'm not just making that up. But there really is. Like, you come to my house and you shadow with me. She's one of my elite coaching, so she gets access to that. But we mapped out. She came in. Didn't I make you coming in, Jackie? And how was it mapped out? And you're like, damn. It's like, and then we would make phone calls, and I'd be on speakerphone, and John, I'd take the phone and I just throw it at him. Be like, here you go, talk. And they just had to start talking. Okay. Got 1 minute. Anybody else got anything they want to add, say, share? Put a 5 in the chat if you got something out of today. Anybody wants to role play? You want to do things? Christian put his information in there. Put your phone numbers in there all. Maybe there's some role play. Maybe there's some triangle of trust that are in there. So put your phone numbers in there if you want. I'm going to keep Grace, let's keep this chat open a little bit. So when we close it down here at 12, you all can go back, scroll through your chats. You can get people's phone numbers, screenshot it, do whatever it is that you need. So that way you can use other people that are on here. They're aligned with you. Okay, for it. So Rosario, Christian, Michelle, thank you. There's John Robertson. Hope I said that right. So put your stuff in there. Listen, I'm not even gonna be bashful. I'll even put my phone number in here. Okay. If you like what we talk about all, you're gonna like Nashville. Remember I told you, if you're hemming and hawing and you're not too sure, I can't afford it, blah, 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 whatever it is. I've heard it. I've been there. Reach out to me. We'll figure it out. How do you get there? Okay. All right, all. I appreciate you guys. I'll keep this open a little bit more so you can get everybody's numbers. Thank you guys so very much. I appreciate it. Remember, every 2 weeks, get it in your calendar every 2 weeks that we are here. And you guys are part of the private coaching because you either part of my coaching program or part of me at Real. So hopefully you guys got something out of it. Appreciate y'all. And I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow morning at 8:15 on the Mindset Show. Till then, see ya.